We're here at SCTE TechExpo 2025 in Washington, D.C. My name is Phil Harvey, and my guest today is Bill Chatwell from Midco. Hi, Bill. How are you?
Hey, I'm great.
Thanks for making some time for us. I know you got a busy schedule, and thanks for being on the breakfast panel.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun getting up early and talking to everybody this morning. So.
Yeah, get some of your industry colleagues and compare notes and stuff like that.
Bet.
I wanted to ask you about Midco's network and maybe get just an overview or a quick update on the Fiber Forward initiative and where that sits.
Sure. Yeah, Fiber Forward. I think we've probably talked about it before. It's a $500 million investment. That we've been well into. We're well over $300 million towards that $500 million total investment. Likely it'll be more than 500 when we're all done with it. At this point, certainly a big part of that is fiber to the prem as we're doing greenfield builds and expanding network extensions, a lot of 10 gig, fiber to the prem technology that we've been putting out there. But then on the brownfield side, the fiber upgrade side, as we call it, where we're upgrading our HFC networks. We've been started on that about 4 or 5 years ago. Did a lot of mid splits. Now we've transitioned almost completely into high splits. So At this point, we're approaching 100,000 high split passings. Over the next 3 years, our entire network will be ubiquitous. It'll be all high split, all 3.1+ capable, all multi-gig downstream and gig symmetrical upstream.
Okay, so yeah, it gives you closer to a fully symmetrical network. Gives the customers at the end of that network, I guess, more opportunity to take advantage of more like streaming, real-time applications.
Absolutely.
Like
I mean, I think our network already was pretty robust, but this definitely takes it to the next level. We are still, I think I mentioned on the panel, we're still doing some service group reductions where it makes sense or where it needs to be done. So we're not using, DOCSIS 4.0 or 1.8 gig just as a method to get around doing a service group reduction. We're still doing that ultimately to put fiber deeper there so that we have the optionality for 4.0 in the future, 3.1+ today, or just go straight fiber to the prem. Whatever tool makes the most sense for us at that point in time.
Okay. And you were talking about the modems decision you were sort of in the middle of. You're looking at 3.1 modems. You're also looking at 4.0 modems. For those of us who haven't been, aren't as in the weeds on that.
Sure.
Besides the price, what are like the main considerations when you're trying to decide what path to go down?
Honestly, I hate to say this, but that probably is one of the biggest considerations.
Okay.
Because you can certainly, put a 4.0 modem on a 3.1+ plant.
Right.
Obviously, it gives you an upgrade path in the future where you don't necessarily need to replace the modem if you go to a full, 4.0. But we're looking at both right now, and we haven't made a decision. Some of it is, the economics behind it, but then also the optionality for the future.
That's part of building a network. You weren't, didn't say much about AI in the network. Is that something that's you're still on the periphery of? You're still sort of getting your feet wet, or where are you guys at?
Yeah, I would say that's a lot of it. I mean, certainly within our business, we use AI for a lot of things. Our software developers are using a lot of AI as they're doing code rating. Obviously, all of the the tools that we all use with AI.
Sure. Yeah.
We have done some customer service stuff where we're gathering our phone calls and coding them to whatever type of call they made, doing the transcription. We started using AI for that. As far as within the network, we're kind of on the early stages. We do have a couple of vendor tools that are very interesting at this point. So really, it's just a matter of taking what we have today, seeing what's coming tomorrow, figuring out what makes sense for us.
Okay, and then another big topic. We didn't get into it on the panel. I was kind of surprised, but I guess because it was more network oriented. But mobile services is a huge topic in the cable space. Are you guys still on the path to getting mobile service turned on for your customers, or at least in bits and pieces by the end of this year, or how?
Yeah, it'll be the tail end of this year, the very beginning of next year. We're going to start rolling it out by market. So yes, we're still on the same trajectory we've been on for about a year.
That's great.
Very exciting.
How does say maybe by the end of this year, where do you feel like you are competitively, and where do you feel like you need to go next?
Sure. No, I think we're doing very good competitively in our markets, but certainly we're seeing pressure from, fixed wireless access. We're seeing, some pressure from, fiber to the prem overbuilds. Overall, we're holding our own very well. Outflows, we're not seeing an increase in outflows, which is very good.
That is good, yeah.
But we do know that, you kind of need that next thing. We believe the mobile bundle will be a big part of fighting that competition, along with just making sure we have a very good, reliable network.
Excellent. Well, you guys are one of the more unique networks in the United States, up in the Dakotas and surrounding states. But thanks so much for taking a moment of your time. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.